memories from when my parents were still at work and my grandmother was at our house. She was making dinner. We called her out because we needed a goalie in the street hockey. We were shooting balls and pucks at her. And having an older brother that you look up to, he started playing hockey. I want to do the same thing. But also having someone you can compete against that was a little bit stronger, a little bit better, I think helped develop becoming a great player.
Matt Sundin's remarkable
I don't get why this freaking does this every time.
Wasn't long before NHL teams came calling.
I remember a moment when Pat Quinn, who was representing the Vancouver Canucks in those days, where he said, "Hey, Matt, how are you?" And he knew my name, and I thought that was pretty cool. And then he said, "You're gonna have a great career." And he gave me a little Vancouver Canucks pin. And that's when you kind of realize, wow, maybe I can go to play the National Hockey League.
In 1989, the Quebec Nordiques selected Matt Sundin #1 overall at the NHL draft, a first for a European-born player.
I was more of a pure goal scorer in my early years, and as I grew older and became more established in the National Hockey League, playing more center, having the puck more, being more involved in the play, the physical part of the game, which in the 90s, the game was very much a clutch and grab, and being strong helped us afford obviously.
Big Max, he was a guy that could go through the whole team. You get the puck in your own zone, there's a good chance he was going to go all the way and score. So if you want an assist, you want to pass it to Max.
After 4 seasons with the Nordiques, including a career-high 114 points in 1993, Sundin was traded to the Toronto Maple Leafs, a fan favorite and Maple Leaf captain, Wendell Clark.
It was tough for me the first 4 or 5 years. It seemed like nothing that I did was really good enough to be up against Wendell. He was from out western Canada, hard-nosed. He was fighting, he could score goals, he was tough. And then they traded Wendell for a Swedish player who was high skill, not really physical, no fighting. Even though the pressure of the first few years in Toronto were tremendous and there was a lot of criticism about my game, it really helped me develop as a player, as a person.
In 1997, Matt Sundin became the first European player to be named captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Before accepting the responsibility, Sundin consulted with
Kiev.
They asked me to be the captain.
That's a high float, maybe.
And I remember he answered right away. You should say yes.
And then just.
I said, really? Isn't it a lot of pressure? He said, yes, it is.
17 mil.
It's just a chance you never get again in life. And he said that I got asked when I played for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I said, no, it's pressure. So you have to say yes. It's an opportunity you have to take. And before you said that, it was an easy decision for me, and it's something I never regret.
He played in Quebec City, and he came to Toronto, so he's played in front of Canadians and fans. He was great at the right time to become captain.
I think he did a great job of being captain.
Yeah.
Good leader, team guy, great.
11 million volume already.
Press, and nothing bothered him, and he was a wonderful person.
Really,
I just wish we could have won the cup there with him.
You talk to his teammates, and they will talk all day about how good of a
Why is that?
He's so big and strong. They just did everything right.
Winning the Olympic gold in Torino, 2006. If you look at sportsly, it's probably my biggest achievement. It's the only time that the Swedish national team has won a tournament where all the countries have their best players represented.
Matt Sundin ended his stellar 18-year NHL career with
DKs
564 goals and 1,349 points. Matt Sundin was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 2012.
I was in a restaurant in Stockholm having dinner, and my phone rang.
Oh, shoot.
Pat Quinn. It's Matt. It's Pat.
How
are you? Obviously, we haven't talked in a few years. I have some
SPC.
news for you. You've been elected into the Hockey Hall of Fame. And it was very emotional. Like the league and the hockey establishment kind of recognized the things that I did, even though I wasn't able to win the championship. They recognized my career as much as if I would have been on the Stanley Cup team.
You just like volume. Kiev.
I was 4.5 years old in Gatineau, where I was born. My dad decided to do a little bit of an ice rink in the backyard. So, you know, I grew up with 3 of my brothers, so I'm the baby. So I got to get to see them, you know, do a lot of good things and try to copy them. My very first game that I went to the Forum when I was 18 years old, my dad said, we're going to go watch Minnesota play Canadians. There's a player on Minnesota who was number 18. His name is Mike Eves. He's a small player.
Want to go back to bed.
But he's a good player.
Yeah.
Playing in the NHL.
Nah.
After the game, he asked me, what did I thought? You know, I said, you're right, Dad. He's not that big.
Right.
But he plays with a lot of passion. He plays with a lot of heart. My dad said, well, that's who you are.
Stream.
That was probably the thing that made me believe that I'm going to be playing the NHL.
A young phenom with jaw.
Oh, you know what I didn't do yesterday?
Huge numbers playing junior hockey, but was passed over by the Montreal Canadiens in the NHL draft. Canadiens' decision was the Chicago Blackhawks good fortune.
Well, we all know now the draft way worked out. Chicago came, my name came up, and they drafted me. So, you know, I remember the airport. My dad, my brothers were there. I cried. He said, go get him.
I don't need that.
Danny Savard had an immediate impact in the NHL, notching 75 points in his first year, breaking Chicago's rookie scoring record. In his first 10 years with the Blackhawks, Danny Savard broke the 100-point mark 5 times and was a Hart Memorial Trophy nominee 4 times as the league's most valuable player. Alongside Dennis Savard's remarkable scoring feats, fans remember his spinorama move.
It just happened. You know, it wasn't something that I.
Did they record it?
So I crossed the blue line. My only way out
I
was
didn't
to
show
spin
you
out.
yesterday.
What I noticed is the defenseman, he crossed his feet over. If I'm tight enough in him, he does it, and I spin out this way, there's no way you can beat up. That's how I did it. And it was pretty successful.
One of the great offensive highlights of Denny Savard's career was a miraculous short-handed goal against the star-studded Edmonton Oilers.
We were short-handed. We got to pick up the puck in the wrong blue line. And just kind of ragging the puck around and trying to kill time. I just kind of put the puck through his leg and then somehow got the puck back in my stick and then scored against a great Grand Fear. It was a pretty good goal because the players that were on the ice kept going right next to the third man. That's what he wasn't on. I'll take his word. But Savard, it'd be very rare that Wayne Gretzky was
Obviously, a Hall of Famer and a magnificent player to watch. Not really like him in terms of his speed and his agility.
That fucking thing.
And I see eye to eye, and he had his ideas. I had my ideas. Obviously, a coach is the boss. Time for me to move on.
He was jumping on light volume.
And thank God, you know, as a defenseman, I didn't score as much as Savvy.
81,000 at 1250.
Traded to his hometown.
Well, that's not aggressive.
Denny Savard.
Not at all.
Savard helped lead the team to the Stanley Cup
Not
Finals
at
in
all.
1993.
It was cool. You know, coming to Montreal, there's a Canadian kid that they did not draft, and then Canadian, he's coming home. But the message was pretty clear.
Good morning, Vietnam.
Your numbers are going to drop here. He says, we play a big game here. But he says, you're going to win the championship if you do.
Savard adapted to his new role, but suffered a knee injury in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals and sidelined him for the rest of the playoffs.
93 was a magical year, but I wasn't playing, I was injured. And I remember
Mooses.
in the final. We're going to win 5-1 the last game. We did win 5-1 against the Kings in Game 5. And the guy calls, he was a captain. He said, you come in, you're different cup, that's pretty special. I did. It was I'll never forget. But one special moment. There's always one guy that you kind of liked, you know. like to see when the top of the ones that happen. I think I can beat those. The people in Montreal. They're happy. Who's one of the best in the NFL. Lucky enough to have him in the team on 1 and 9.
Celebrated as one of the most exciting players of the 1980s and 90s. Denny Savard retired in 1997 with
80,000 fucking shares. They're not showing you that to fucking offload them, dude. No way.
Savard, this is welcome to Hall of Fame. And the day of the induction, when I was there, and I was to go do my speech that day, I was so nervous. I've been at Stanley Cup playoffs, Game 7, so a breakaway to win the cup. I'll be okay. That, I'm not sure.
And you know, the first thing that came to my mind when I was writing this down, why am I here today? My teammates.
Axie. Out square.
You gotta watch me there. Not very much.
Really fascinated with it. Potential.
That deserves no swap. That's how I think.
Safe X.
For adults with type 2 diabetes, do you know about Mounjaro? With Mounjaro, 3 out of 4 people reached an A1C of less than 7%. Plus, people lost up to 25 pounds. Don't take Mounjaro if you're allergic to it, or if you or someone in your family had medullary thyroid cancer or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or vision changes. Serious side effects may include inflamed pancreas and gallbladder problems. Taking Mounjaro with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. Tell your doctor if you're nursing, pregnant, plan to be taking birth control pills, and before schedule procedures with anesthesia. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can cause dehydration and may cause kidney problems. Get to know Mounjaro at Mounjaro.com. Pay as little as $25 for up to 3 months. Governmental beneficiaries excluded. Terms and conditions apply. Ask your doctor about once weekly Mounjaro.
$10 for a large, $10 for any 3 toppings, $10 for your choice of hot crust. Like our new garlic parm hand toss. Because there's crust, and then there's hot crust. The crust you crave, only $10. Order in the Pizza Hut.
At Nebula, we know that the right undercar solutions can stop safety issues before they start. Go further with complete repairs and grow your business. From brakes to suspension and chassis parts. Keep undercar under control with Nebula.
It's the Mosaic Moving Sales final countdown. With even deeper price cuts on furniture, mattresses, kitchens, and floors, nothing held back. Once we move, these deals disappear for good. So hurry and see why everyone's saying, I will eat Mosaics.
Islanders, it's time for today's challenge, match or mismatch. I'm going to quiz the 2 of you how to play Match Factory. Then I'll do the travel. Let's play. First question, what's one thing you need while you play?
Energy drinks. It's all about speed.
I would like to get a cup of tea or be my favorite tip.
Speed. This game is sort of lasting and challenging. I'm like this. I want someone who gets the vibe. Download Match Factory. Hey, Eddie! New sunglasses? I got them with my misplay rewards. Misplay rewards? I play games and earn points that I can use.
In the right area comes.
The city council.
I'm in a deal.
Well, I was raised by my mom and dad. Unreal. 4 boys, and we all played hockey. I was always shooting pucks. We were always playing on the streets. Car coming, everybody had to stop. And I was smaller too. And back then, if you weren't big, you weren't, real good luck.
Mark Recchi was the most overlooked by NHL teams at the press, but after a 154-point final season, the 20-year-old was chosen in the 4th round of the 1988 draft by the Pittsburgh Penguins.
First professional training camp, we're doing testing, and you know, they're out here. It's like, wow, this is incredible. You can't believe that you're in the same room as them now, and you're going to actually go and skate with them. My first exhibition game, I lined up against Marcel Dion and Guido Stark. This was Mario. Now I'm lined up against those two guys. I was just
2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I still got 9 in there today. That's crazy. Had 9 in there yesterday.
Scoring 67 points in
So we're pretty much done.
Recchi took his game to a new level, notching
It's just a slow pace to finish. I got 2 packs. 29 smokes left.
Mark Recchi at the time
Dunzo.
He was a guy with a real low center of gravity, a great shot, played with a lot of heart, a bulldog out there, and combined with the ability to make plays and score.
We had started to build something pretty special. We beat a tough New Jersey team in the first round. We just kind of built momentum from that point on, and you know, then we got to Minnesota, and the power play was terrific. They were big, they were physical. Well, that was fun. I loved that part of the game. It didn't bother me one bit. So it was a blowout, so we were just, you know, we were winding down time and itching at getting out on the ice and seeing Lord Stanley. You know, to go through something like that, 4 series like that, with the group of guys you had, there's nothing better. To be able to grab it and to hold the Stanley Cup over your head is the most incredible thing.
Dude. Thought it was for
playing on the line with Eric Lindros and Brent Fittick. Mark Recchi tallied a career-high 123 points, still the highest season point total in Flyers history.
Not the biggest guy. You know, you might underestimate him going into the corner, but then you soon found out that this guy was all business when he got in the corner. He was competing, whether it was physically, to the shot, to combine those things was pretty amazing.
Late in the 2006 season, the Carolina Hurricanes brought in the
I got hoes in different area code.
I just want to go in and be a little small piece of the puzzle.
Boy got a little sugar in his tank, I tell you what.
You get that second one.
I'll say.
Like, I've been to the semis twice, and you're just tasting it, and you don't quite get there, and I chased it, I wanted to win it again, and I got the opportunity.
You got dual on. Once you connect your encoder, the vertical stream will automatically
once again signed by a team looking to bolster their roster for a championship run.
Atlanta and Tampa kind of resurrected my career a little bit.
I don't remember getting anything to pop up here.
To help somebody, and that's why I got the opportunity to go to Boston.
What comes
You know, it took us a little bit of time.
there?
Fortunately, they kept asking me to come back. Finally,
Whatever.
Take it all the way.
Game 6 is
Fucking itchy. Hell, dude. What the frick? You know what I mean? Benadryl elixir.
I actually had Sean over the night before, and we sat out in the deck. And was told this was going to be it. My last game. We were right off in the sunset. We hadn't been up in Vancouver yet. We'd always been down or tied. You're always going to lose.
That's crazy.
That first one, feel it on our bench. We felt that we had a great opportunity. Coach Julian, he put me out the last shift, and I was just like, I was starting to get emotional. I think I probably would have been pretty choked up if I'd stayed on the bench. So it was probably better I was on the ice.
Mark Recchi retired after 22 years, 577 goals, and 1,533 points, and his name engraved on the Stanley Cup with 3 different teams.
Why I'm watching hockey, dude, but what else?
I didn't even think I'd play 5 years in the NHL. Never mind even get to the point where I had an opportunity to get in the Hall of Fame. So to get that call was absolutely incredible. And then to have my dad there, it was so surreal.
Wonder how bad he went on fucking tilt.
When I think about the Hall of Fame induction, you know, it's like going back down memory lane and all the friendships that I've developed along the way. When I look back on it, I wouldn't change a thing.
I have nothing but the greatest memories and respect for Dale Hawerchuk. How he carried himself on the ice and off the ice, doing so much for the community, and what a great player he was.
A hockey phenom from an early age, it is said Dale Hawerchuk could skate before he could walk.
I knew Dale because we played probably since we were 10 years old, and so we played on the same team in junior. Being at Cornwall my first year as a rookie, and that's his second year in the league, you can just tell what the future was going to hold for this guy. You know, the leadership, and more important, what a great guy.
Leading the Junior A Cornwall Royals back-to-back Memorial Cups, Dale Hawerchuk was chosen first overall by the Winnipeg Jets at the 1981 NHL Draft.
The Jets had a young team, and Dale being the first overall pick, Dale was so quick with his stick handling and his turn ability and be able to shift going from one direction to the other. Not dissimilar to Wayne in terms of his elusiveness on the ice and his quickness. Dale,
I got home. And different area goes. I wonder.
Notched 103 points in his rookie season and won the Calder Memorial Trophy, orchestrating a record-breaking 48-point turnaround for the struggling Winnipeg Jets.
Let's go.
I don't think people realize how good he was because of the likes of Gretzky, you know,
Likes of Gretzky.
To a certain degree, he didn't get the accolades that he deserved. You look at his statistics, unreal.
Let me shut that off for 1 sec.
6 of his first 7 years in 130 points.
All right.
Dale had the uncanny ability, as all the greats do, is making everybody around him better. What's your great players do? Don't worry about who you play with.
No.
Make them better.
No.
In one of the great moments of his Hall of Fame career, Dale Hawerchuk would start the play that led to Mario Lemieux's 1987 winning goal against the USSR.
The score started 5-5. It's comments of one game was a face-off, keeping those on. So team goes, Brett's, Mario, Dale, get out there. He hops over the bench first, looks back, he goes, I'm not taking the draw. Mario hops over second, he goes, it's not my side. So Dale's like, I guess I gotta take the draw, right? So all Dale said is, I'm gonna tie him up. You guys can help. Dale tie him up.
No, you know, I'm about to close it.
That's this issue.
Just because. Stick with 2 days. Files, man, it's been lost. It's done.
Dale Hawerchuk broke the 85-point mark in each of his next 4 seasons.
Dale was an amazing teammate, one of the best passers I've ever seen. And Dale and I used to ride to the games. We'd pick up coffee and we'd talk hockey. He was always talking hockey. The 4 or 5 years we were together, I think our power play was in the top 3 every year, if not number 1. But his ability to pass and see a play develop, there's only a couple guys that could do that. And he was one of them. And he was just a great father, great husband, and a great teammate.
Dale Hawerchuk retired in 1997 after 16 seasons with a remarkable 1,409 points in 1,188 games.
Hawerchuk was so good. He was probably the second and third best player in the league, behind Wayne Gretzky and Mario. Like, you start getting into that category, and you're like, "Holy cow, this guy was special."
Dale Hawerchuk was the symbol of excellence on and off the ice. He was a superhuman being, so friendly and so easy to get along with. And on the ice, he was fantastic. One of the best players by far.
Dale Halicek was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 2001.
Definitely taking me back down that memory lane. And I think about you people that I've come across in my journey. And believe me, I wouldn't change a thing. Even though I didn't win a Stanley Cup.
You grow, I grow. We grow, Negro. Thing went up to $16. Holy crap.
Glad everybody's here. Thank you very much.
Thing went to $56.
When your cable internet slows down, your life slows down. You fall a step behind. Introducing Fiber Home Internet from T-Mobile with the bandwidth you need and upload speeds that won't slow down. With fiber, you'll be a step ahead. Really, really ahead. Fiber, starting at just $55 a month. 5-year price guarantee.
Hey, have you heard about this prediction market Calvi?
Yeah, once you trade on anything from sports to culture?
What about UFO sightings?
Yeah, that too. Why?
UFO sightings.
You just leave them with that.
Like the fucking lies.
For over 75 years, the Hockey Hall of Fame has honored hockey's greatest players for their extraordinary achievements and unforgettable triumphs. Since 1996, the Legends of Hockey series has shared with us the inspiring personal journeys of the game's greatest players, from Jean Beliveau to Bobby Orr, Bobby Hull to Mario Lemieux, and from Gordie Howe to Wayne Gretzky. We continue that celebration of greatness by sharing the stories of every player who received the call from the Hockey Hall of Fame between 2000 and 2020. These are the men and women whose skill and passion for the game would propel them to the highest echelons of the sport. These are the Legends of Hockey. And this is Greatness Calling. Episode 7, Defending with Honor. Hockey is the ultimate team game. To win a Stanley Cup championship, every piece has to fit. Stellar goaltending, grit, and then luck, clutch scoring. But most of all, winning requires exceptional defense. Over the years, countless players have risen to the moment to defend against the opposition. But only a select few spent their entire careers, night after night, defending with honor.
I grew up in a small town. There wasn't a lot of kids in our team. And one year I played center. I think we had 2.5 lines and 3 defensemen, and realized, well, if I go back and play on defense,
That shit just ripped from $12 to $18.
50-minute range. So for me, it was just a matter of being able to play more minutes, and I just wanted to play the game. I played junior B in Stratford, Dalton's, and then I was selected by the Peterborough Peaks. I think it was my first year in Peterborough when I started to play against their pros, these players that were highly touted to be next stars in the NHL, and you feel like you're in step with them and go through a lot of plays, and you get a taste for what it's going to look like at the next level. And I would say I fared pretty good that first year. And
Hits fucking Billy's? No, $7 million. It's got a split somewhere.
Chris Pronger's size and offensive abilities made him the second overall
Holy
pick
buckets.
of the Hartford Whalers at the 1993 NHL draft. Pronger's competitive spirit was heightened.
Oh, Hits got
Of the draft's number 1 pick, Alexander.
room.
I'm glad I got picked first, Dick said, because no one remembers number 2.
when Dig made the comment about nobody remembers them too, I was like, well, we'll see. We'll see.
190.
That training camp at 75 or 76
Two.
players. We had like 15 tough guys trying
We're going
out.
to come right into some serious resistance.
As time goes on and I get more comfortable out there, I think
There was support, so that's fucking definitely going to be a resistance.
And have a meeting with Jim Rutherford. He said, you're a franchise player. I'm building around you. About halfway through the summer, Paul,
Then we
you're
can
my
jump
head
back
coach,
up
flies
to
out go
here.
fishing with me. On his way home, he calls back to the office and gets a hold of Jim, and he's like, oh, so how's he
But
doing?
all of
He looks
this.
good, yeah, he looks good. And he goes, well, listen, I'm going to tell you something. We just traded him. Okay, welcome to the business of hockey.
Traded to the Blues for Brendan Shanahan. Chris Pronger was still prepared for what lay ahead with Coach Mike Keenan and the St. Louis fans.
There's
Coming
like
in
a
a little
gap
late, not
fill
knowing
here.
Brendan Shanahan was as big of a fan favorite as he was, and immediately don't do well in my fitness testing. I was second last, I think. I had only 30.
No way, that's only got a high of.
Shared a little time in the doghouse, but at the same time, they probably drew us a little
It's
closer.
got an all-time high of 8.
Mike Keenan pushed us to be better players. Chris Pronger came to us as a player. Got off to a bit of a slow start, and Mike Keenan was on, like, relentless.
Relentless.
The fans picked up on that real quick and started to get booed relentlessly in our home building each and every game for about the first 70 games.
Sometimes we have to go to Keenan and say, frickin' lay off. The guy's only 20. He's a kid. He's starting to learn. And learn he did. By his 5th year with the Blues, Chris Pronger was an unstoppable force.
I don't think people realize how tall
There's
Chris is,
Lindros.
and two, his reach. He's fierce too. You know, Chris isn't Ray Hallmark current.
He was a tremendous defenseman. It wasn't just because he was big and strong. He saw the ice really well. Outstanding passer of the puck. And he could bomb it from the point.
After 9 seasons with the St. Louis Blues, Pronger was traded to the Edmonton Oilers. Edmonton's pursuit for a Stanley Cup championship, the Oilers would face the Carolina Hurricanes, and Chris Pronger would make history.
We would always do shootouts after practice. I just always scored practice. And so in game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals, I got the tap. So now I'm in the record book as the only player in NHL history to score a penalty shot in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Following the disappointing loss to Carolina, Chris Pronger was traded again, this time to the Anaheim Mighty Ducks, a team on the rise.
It was Stanley Cup or bust. It was just one of those teams that you could sense we were ready, and we were not going to do that.
After 18 NHL seasons, Chris Pronger retired with a reputation as one of the fiercest competitors in NHL history.
There's only 2 defensemen that won the Hart Trophy. Bobby Orr and Chris Pronger. The only 2 defensemen. So, that speaks for itself.
Chris Pronger was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 2015.
You know, I got butterflies. Just get the call, and you're a very select group, and it's a pretty special part of me.
Hey.
Dominoes to the point. Stevens keeps it in to Carpenter. Here's Murphy. A shot.
Click again.
Gardens for my birthday. The first time I was ever there, LA Kings were in town. Play the Leafs. It was the early 70s. Walking into the Maple Gardens, and everything was so bright. Everything was so clean. The players' uniforms were perfect. Watching these great players. I mean, I cherished every second I was in that building. play Bantam hockey. I played forward, but I get cut from the team in tryouts. And so when midget came, I couldn't make the midget team as a centerman. Coach suggested I try out for defense. Fortunate to make it as a defenseman, and I never played forward again.
In his final year with the Junior A Peterborough Petes, Larry Murphy tallied 89 points in just 68 games. The team would go on to win the Memorial Cup, and Murphy was the attention of NHL scouts.
Fucking bad.
Gave me direction. He never got upset with me. He always would say to me, "Hey, don't worry, I've got your back." I really appreciated how he took it upon himself to really help me elevate my game.
After 3 seasons in Los Angeles, Larry Murphy was a bona fide high-scoring defenseman. Murphy would go on to play with Washington. Former team, 1991 Stanley Cup Finals.
Playing Minnesota, obviously want to beat the guys that they play for. On the flip side, after they traded me to go on to win the cup, I mean that's a double day. We were down 2-1, and then we went on to win the next 3 games in the series. There was a sense of accomplishment, and there was also a sense of relief that I didn't lose the team that I just got traded from.
Larry Murphy had the most players and patience out there. Good power play guy.
Wasn't the biggest skater. Wasn't most of them. But that dude finds a way to make the right play out. Such a smart man. And you ought to play good. Still a fight.
On the move again, Murphy was traded to the Toronto Maple Leafs. In the 1996-97 season to the Detroit Red Wings, and was paired up with defenseman Nicholas Lidstrom.
Scotty said that you're probably going to put you with Larry Murphy. It's a right-handed shot, you're left-handed.
About
You like moving pucks.
13 pieces. Gotta be getting close.
Well, Nick was the greatest defenseman I ever played with. Every aspect of the game was flawless. Playing for any of the original 16 was a very unique and special opportunity. And playing with Detroit was exactly that. I went to the dressing room, and Ted Lindsay, he actually had a stall in the room. Ted would be at the time 70 years old. He'd come in and he'd work out in the team facility. He'd come in and change. He'd go there. He's all the time. He's Ted Lindsay. It's just like 40 now. It's like he's right there.
Winning 2 more Stanley Cup championships in Detroit, Larry Murphy retired in 2001 after 21 seasons with his name engraved on the Stanley Cup 4 times. The high-scoring Murphy is 1,216 points, making the 5th highest-scoring defenseman in NHL history. Larry Murphy was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 2004.
He got a call from the Hall of Fame concerning my selection. It was a very emotional time getting into the Hall of Fame. It's affirmation. It's that stamp, that says, hey, you achieved something. Notoriety. You stood out from your peers. And it's the ultimate compliment.
Saying yes can be hard with severe asthma, but you can.
Yes.
If you have asthma attacks, Tezspire is an add-on maintenance treatment for people aged 12 and older with severe asthma or inadequately controlled chronic rhinosinusitis with nasal polyps. It's not for sudden breathing problems. Tezspire is proven to help prevent asthma attacks and relieve symptoms.
Hi there. It's currently 5:07 a.m. with a current temperature of 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Today's low is 42 degrees, and the high is 57 degrees. Today's weather shows clear skies. And now, Here are today's top headlines provided by Google. Live updates. Trump cautions Iran against charging tolls to go through Strait of Hormuz as fragile ceasefire pulled CBS News. Court voids latest Pentagon press restrictions Politico. White House warns staff not to engage in insider trading amid war with Iran The New York Times. Trump news at a glance. Melania.
White House urges not to fucking insider trading, huh? That is fucking precious. Huh. When they're fucking, they literally tell you what the fuck they're doing. Fucking country's an absolute fucking joke. Poor people can't do it. Rich people can. You're poor, you're fucking trash ass, dude. You deserve nothing. That's just life. Cause
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch.
Well, there goes that.
Best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better.
I lost my mom when I was 12 years old, but she never saw me play a game in the show. I think of her a lot, you know, what she would have thought of her son having the career that he had. Where I grew up was a town called Saint Laurent, just a little north of Montreal. It's a great town. It seems like every street corner had a hockey rink. My dad was in charge of turning lights on and turning them off. So for me, those are my first memories where just putting my skates on at home, walking across the street, and bang, I was right on the ice.
Chosen 8th overall by the Boston Bruins at the 1979 NHL Draft, Ray Bourque made an immediate impact in the league, winning the Calder Memorial Trophy as Rookie of the Year in 1980. Back to Bourque.
Excellent.
Talk to any Boston Bruin that ever played with him. I mean, they thought the world of Ray Bourque. He would do anything for anybody in the team, and he led those Bruins for years.
For all of Ray Bourque's success with Boston, including 2 runs to the Stanley Cup Final and 5 James Norris Memorial Trophies, it is often Bourque's famous gesture towards a fellow legend that remains his most celebrated Bruins moment.
When they talk to me about my career, that's the first thing they talk about. Had a great camp, made the team. Number 7 was at Bristol. I watched enough hockey to know who number 7 was.
Yeah. Oh, I got a different area of coming. I'm about to break the dam. Just gonna ignore that cross.
Hold on. Wait. Benjamin Netanyahu said what?
First of all, I just want to say, I'm alive.
We see that.
And you're all witnesses. And I want to close these opening remarks with one other fake news. And that is that Israel somehow dragged the U.S. into a conflict with Iran. Does anyone really think that someone can tell President Trump what to do?
Do you seriously want us to answer that question? I can't speak for all Americans, but most Americans know that that's true. You know how many times Donald Trump said if there was a war, the midterm elections wouldn't matter? So why wouldn't he join into a war? We know-
Look at this crippled bastard. He doesn't deserve to be called a beast. Tiger, kill him now! Stop, leave it alone!
What is with these fucking goofy AI?
How touching. This is breaking news, and if the reporting is accurate, American Christians should be deeply alarmed. The Trump administration, as reported, threatened the Vatican with the implication of the use of American military power against it, and even invoked something called the Avignon Papacy. That's when the Pope was basically controlled by a political ruler, France, and stripped of his independence and turned into a tool of the state. Let that sink in. This isn't politics as usual. This is an attempt to bend the Church of Jesus Christ to the will of the American state. Here's the part that should stop you cold. Pope Leo, the first American pope, thankfully did not bend. He knew exactly what resistance could cost him: influence, access, possibly even more. And yet still he refused. He does not listen to the prayers of those who wage war. That's what he said. That is not diplomacy. That is moral courage under intense pressure. Because once the church starts answering to power instead of truth, it stops being the church. If we're honest, this isn't just about Rome. Every one of us faces moments where power asks us to compromise what we know is right. And we see that happening in this country over and over and over again. The question is now, will we? Pope Leo showed us what faithfulness looks like. I'll be covering this story as more develops. So this is breaking news, and if the reporting is accurate, American Christians should be deeply alarmed. The Trump administration, as reported, threatened the Vatican with the implication of the use of American military power against it, and even invoked something called...
Did Trump threaten the Vatican?
In my mind, he was one of the best players ever. After a spectacular 12-year career, winning the Soviet Player of the Year twice, Fetisov yearned for more.
The nuclear button for the Vatican.
Play in the NHL. Initially denied and threatened with exile to Siberia, Fetisov persisted. In 1989, Fetisov and 7 other Russian players joined the NHL. Playing first for the New Jersey Devils, Fetisov was traded to the Detroit Red Wings in 1995.
When he came over to New Jersey, when I first played with him, he looked like he was exhausted from the fight of getting out of Russia. Then when I played with him in Detroit, I think, I asked him about that, and he said, like, it took him a couple of years to really sort of, like, feel almost, like, rested so that he could be the kind of player that he was meant to be.
Slav Fetisov was a tremendous leader for the Russian players, but in a different way. He would be more than you were, more of a, right in the middle of the card game. Strong personality, but great sense of humor and observant. And if he didn't like something, he would let you know immediately.
When I was playing the World Championships in the mid-'80s, and at that time, hard currency was very sought after by the Russians. And the trainers, they would come to these tournaments with used equipment, used jersey, and then sell them out the back door and I bought T-Soft's jersey for $100 or something in the U.S. And then, like 20 years later, I'm playing on the same team as him. He said, "What do you pay for it?" I told him, "You pay too much."
In a 4-game sweep, Fetisov and the Detroit Red Wings won the Stanley Cup Championship in 1997.
When we won the Cup '97, Slava told me want to take the Cup to Russia. The Stanley Cup never did it outside of North America.
Ocean.
We took the Cup to the Westway. We took the Cup to the schools. We took the Cup
Rhyme.
to the club.
What in the
So that was a fantastic memory.
Hojan, rhyme.
Always the guy who wants to win, who wants to compete.
Hojan's out. Rhymes in.
Slava was somebody that you couldn't wait to see him in the morning. He always had nice things to
Safe
say.
X.
I cherished every time I played with him.
Slava was one of those guys who beat very unit and gave him confidence.
Rhyme.
He was super strong, super fast, talented.
Winning the Stanley Cup Championship again the following year, the great Vyacheslav Fetisov retired. Vyacheslav Fetisov was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 2001.
Bison.
A great honor to be selected to the
out.
Hockey Hall of Fame. I could not possibly begin to
Unless
make
for some reason its shares outstanding are off.
because of NHL. But you know who you are, and my deepest gratitude goes
Safe
out
X
to
pulled
all
way back.
and far.
Boyd Valley has always been dedicated to providing quality, comprehensive care locally. That's why we've opened a new urgent care clinic in Lamar at
Safe X
280
at 65.
Injury and infection.
Click is back.
Just when you don't feel right, you might not need a trip to the ER. Our team can help you.
Looking to make a newer high. Room to 420, 460.
Boyd Valley Healthcare. Local, convenient, quality care.
A diagnosis of ATTR-CM can change how you envision your future.
Ocean floats 259 million. That is so out. NVX.
Cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis in adults. It reduces
So
TTR at the source and requires just 4 injections a year.
Rhyme and Safe X. Safe X peeling off. They're both kind of Rhyme. It's just got a massively low float. Massively low float. Let's go check out Douche Canoe.
Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. Reimagine what it
Clicks broke even lower. Rhymes looking even better.
Cooking dinner is so much simpler with Home Chef's oven-ready meals. Made with fresh, pre-portioned ingredients, these easy prep recipes cook in an oven-safe tin, so there's no cleanup after dinner. Get 18 free meals, free shipping, and free desserts for life. Cooking dinner is so much simpler with Home Chef's oven-ready meals. Made with fresh, pre-portioned ingredients, these easy prep recipes cook in an oven-safe tin, so there's no
Rhymes freaking tank too. What the frick? That thing probably ripped back up. It's got such a low float, it don't take much. Only 2,000 moved it from 17 to 45. It's got no news. It does have earnings coming up in May. Safe X is at a low. It's off.
Two brothers.
Safe X is a gonzo.
My brothers inspired me to,
Back
be a
to
physical person and be physical on the ice.
soon.
That's where that competitiveness and physicality came from.
HST.
Hockey was my life. It was my passion. It's what I wanted to do. And as a defenseman, it's almost like being a quarterback. Back there with the puck up, joining the play, breaking up plays. Defenseman can be a little more physical, I think.
Lots of
That's
splits.
an important part of the game. So I think all those things drew me to playing the defensive position.
In the 1981 OHL,
127
Stevens was chosen 9th overall
or
by his hometown
125.
Kitchener Rangers.
It was kind of like a Cinderella story. I mean, to
I
make
fucking split,
the
dude.
Kitchener Rangers and then go on to win the Memorial Cup and play with great players like McGuinness and Bellows. It was one of the best memories of my hockey life.
He was a man from day one, and he was so strong. When you're doing one-on-one,
Honestly, don't even know where this could go.
shuffling around to make sure
Maybe
that you're
311,
not going against
350,
one-on-one.
450.
Sought after for his
It's got
strength
such
and
light
hard-nosed play.
volume in
Scott
comparison to
Stevens
whatever
was chosen
split
by
it
the
did back here. It's just been
Fifth
kind of
overall,
selling off. So it's
1982 NHL draft.
I'm not a confident
maybe
person, but my
450.
mom kind of was trying to prepare me before I went to Washington that you might be sent back. And I said to Mom, Mom, I'm not coming back.
He was a guy that played with tremendous intensity. Boy, somebody did him wrong. It's just the steam coming out of his ears.
Yeah, I remember when Scott Stevens first came up with the Capitals. I made the mistake of cutting through the center without looking, and I had a chest full of Scott Stevens that I went, what was that?
After 8 seasons in Washington, Scott Stevens was traded to the St. Louis Blues. Blues made Stevens the highest paid NHL defenseman, only to trade him to the New Jersey Devils 1 year later.
I love St. Louis, great people. The rivalry against Chicago is something I'll never forget. Moving from St. Louis to New Jersey, it was tough on the wife, tough on the family, but for the player, I'm going there and I'm trying to figure out what this team needs to do to win and how I can help them. And you kind of move on. Not that you want to go, but that's life and those things happen. But in the end, everything happens for a reason. Playing for a Stanley Cup in '95. I think what really helped us turn the corner was Jacques Lemaire. I played 13 years, and then it was like they were showing us stuff that I never even thought of or knew about. I could see the effect it was having on the team and on individuals.
Taylor Swift.
On how we were winning games and how we were doing it as a group. It's amazing when you win that first one. Let me tell you, you don't want to let it go. It was almost like you're like a little kid again. You want to get it again and you want to retain it. It's an honor to be the captain of that team, and there's some responsibilities to go with that. But for me, I just have to lead by example.
As a young player stepping into the NHL, I was soon quickly come to learn that this guy was the definition of intensity. Be it practice, be it in the gym, and be it in the middle of games, there was no one more intense than him.
Everybody was scared of him. He was a hell of a hockey player. He was our captain. He was a leader. I was excited when I met him for the first time that I'm going to have a guy for a long time in front of me just like him.
In the 2000 Eastern Conference Finals, the New Jersey Devils fell behind 3-1 to the rival Philadelphia Flyers. It proved to be a defining moment for a championship team.
We had very little room for error, playing a really good Philadelphia team and having to win 2 out of those 3 games on the road in Philadelphia in a hostile environment. We still hadn't won the Stanley Cup, but I think that was the defining moment for us as a group to win that second Stanley Cup in 2000.
Scott Stevens retired in 2005 after 22 seasons in the NHL, with 3 Stanley Cup championships and a Conn Smythe Trophy to his name. Scott Stevens was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 2007.
I wasn't expecting this, and not really something you play for. You play for the Stanley Cup, but then to have that call and be selected to the Hockey Hall of Fame, it's just like the icing on top of the cake. It feels pretty good after you put what you do into the game and to play the game hard and come to play every night. It's kind of a nice little reward at the end.
to compare myself to myself. Because how do you compare with Gordie Howe? I don't think you do. But the benefit of being Gordie Howe's son far outweigh any negatives.
As Mark Howe's famous father continued breaking records in the NHL, Mark and brother Marty were making their own big impressions. But it was their mother Colleen who found them coaches, hired managers, and backed the formation of the Junior B team and the Junior A Red Wings.
Artie and I were talking last week, and we were reminiscing how there was a game up at Brantford, and the game was kind of getting a little ugly, and there was a guy about 10 feet behind the bench. He was really on Marty and I so bad. Next thing you know, we turned around, my mom hit him with her briefcase that had to have 20 pounds of paper in it. She had enough. Like I said, my mom was very passionate.
After winning an Olympic silver medal as a 16-year-old phenom with the 1972 U.S. hockey team, Mark Howe played his junior hockey with the legendary Toronto Marlies.
My first recollection of Mark Howe was playing in the Marlies. And as a senior, I got to watch the game on TV, and he dominated.
Excuse me. Do you play for, does that say Thomas University?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Gabby. Nice to meet you. Okay, so this is kind of random, but like we have a YouTube channel and we're doing a match where we go up to random golfers at the range and ask them if they want to play a 9-hole match for money. Every hole that you win, you get $100 with twists thrown in there so you can make some more money. You don't lose anything. Do you want to play? Thank you. This is my place. This makes me so happy. Oh no, you're so beautiful. I love you. Be careful, she will go home with you. Oh, good. Just got the adoption from Boston. I'm gonna have the hummus, please, and the overnight oats. Okay, so we are here in Miami. We are bringing back the Random Golfer Series. So today I'm going to Miami Beach Golf Club, and I'm going to try and find a random golfer to play me in a match for money. So every hole that they win.
I'm missing oats.
After one season with his sons in the NHL, Gordie Howe retired. Mark Howe had made the rare switch from left wing to defense. Howe immediately excelled.
Mark Howe was one of those incredible players that could play both defense and forward and never miss a beat.
I felt like that year, I might have had maybe the best 3-4 months of my career. I know I was in the top 10 in scoring. Unfortunately, wasn't a really good team.
Despite Mark Howe's excellence, Hartford missed the playoffs in consecutive seasons. Howe requested a trade. Traded to the Philadelphia Flyers in 1982, Mark Howe would have 10 stellar seasons with the club, notching a career-high 82 points in 1986.
Girl.
They made you feel part of that family. It's all about winning. It's all about team. For me, it was a perfect fit.
You see how close they are?
After reaching the finals for a second time with the Flyers in '87, Mark signed with his father's team. One last shot for the Stanley Cup championship.
By then, I was 37, so the pressure.
It's gonna be okay. To the pucker, it's gonna be okay.
That's how the one in or all?
Up all the way to the right. Okay. Here we go. It's kicking into gear. This is the hole. We're gonna rip this drive.
It was probably the most talented group of individuals that I'd ever played with.
There we go.
Great shot.
Thanks. To the wind. Should be good. Oh, but yeah, so not much roll out. But there's the swing. There it is. Finally found it.
There it is.
Okay, look at me. So it's so funny. Okay, so you know Coral? Coral's my assistant. She's there. She has just had a baby two months ago. She looks incredible.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you would have never guessed she was having a baby at all. Like, she had it 2 months ago, sorry. And her baby, first of all, cutest baby in the whole world. She looks exactly like me. So we were gonna start a rumor that she's mine, but we just met her. So like, it doesn't make, but like, it's just funny because like she looks exactly like me, and she's tan and dark like me. Oh, I know. She's a Muay Thai world champion and a boxer. So she's gonna teach her how to box. I'm gonna teach her how to play golf.
She doubles as a bodyguard.
Oh yeah.
So this isn't fun. I think we have 190-ish from the bunker. Let's try to put it somewhere up there and go up and down for par.
So this is the spot where I made the pull out from. So no pressure.
Bunker?
Yeah. Well, no, not the bunker. Right here. I was right here. No, but right here, the exact same spot.
Fat.
I don't want to hit the car path and keep going.
I will take it.
Here. I got you. 36. 7R. I gotta get it up there on the right. Stand a little bit closer to the ball. Let's rip this. Go. Go. It's gotta go.
Oh, that's a great shot.
There we go. There's the shot.
Great shot.
A little bit closer to the ball. Would you be willing to give up $150 to go hit your shot over again? Or do you feel like you could still time? Yeah. Okay, good. Cool. Cool. All right. I actually like that decision. Yeah, we went to the Billie Eilish concert in Miami last week. Do you know where Code is?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's delicious. I love it.
Holy, it is the best thing ever. My screensaver is me at that place. Literally. That much.
Taxes chasing updates. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert doing it all for you, so you can chase this feeling. Now this is Taxes. Don't miss the deadline. File by 4/15.
To remind you that 60% of sales on Amazon come from independent sellers, Jess from Planetary Design will pour 60 cups of coffee for 60 adventurers.
Shoot must count.
Shop small business on Amazon. To remind you that 60% of sales on Amazon come from independent sellers, John from Bluehorn Beeswax will light 60 candles for Marv and Ethel's 60th wedding anniversary.
Marv? Ethel?
Shop small business on Amazon.
Go.
Oh, left it short.
You're good. Try and chip in. Stop. Wait. I'm filming it. Stop. This is my lucky hole, guys. I holed out last time.
You did. You said it before too.
I holed out last time on this hole, and now I'm right here. Right here. From literally 136 yards. Are you giving this to me?
Huh?
You gonna give this to me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I just picked this up, right?
Yeah. Birdie.
I'm definitely giving you that.
I got it.
Great birdie.
You can do that? Really?
4 or 5.
This is my hole. I hold out from here for the same yardage. I almost just made that shot. I'm telling you, this is my hole. In the same spot.
That was great.
I love this place.
Great birdie.
Thank you. This is my hole. So what do you do?
I work in logistics.
Okay, he actually is.
I work in logistics.
That's fun.
It is.
I don't. No clue.
That's fun. No idea what it is.
Not sure what you do, but
What is it?
I basically manage like the domestic shipments that go from our warehouses to other warehouses or to.
What is it that's in the warehouse?
So like plastic bottles.
Okay.
Plastic bottles, glass bottles. So I work in making sure the product goes from our warehouse to wherever it has to go to the customer.
Okay. Do you know what the bunkers are out there?
Bunkers are probably 285-ish. Around there.
How far do you hit the ball? Like you're driving?
93, I would say.
So you can carry that?
I can carry that, yeah.
Okay. This is a par 5.
This is a par 5, yeah.
If you carry the right bunker, that right part of that bunker, I'll give you an extra $50.
Okay. Carry the bunker?
Yeah, you gotta try and carry the right bunker. You see how there's 2? The right edge of it.
Zuby saw the game the same way I did. He slowed the game down. I was
Oh.
This is
Oh no.
a lot of fun to play with. I wish we had more years together. I think we would have done some damage.
I did hear a branch.
It's something.
You may be okay. If it hits the branch and it's still in front of the bunker, you still get the $50. So you just gotta hope it's in play. Because it looks like you carried it.
Yeah, I carried it, I would say.
Okay, so you just gotta hope that it's in play.
Yeah.
But I did hear it, so you may be okay. Okay, so I am going to. Yes, I can carry the bunker. I'm not gonna really try to.
I was about to throw a little twist at you.
Oh, you were gonna throw a twist at me? Okay.
See if you carry that right bunker, I'll give you 50.
It's 232. I don't know if I can.
It's a win-win for you. I'm not gonna. You don't do it. It's not like you have to get me 50. It's just if you carry, you get 50. If you don't carry, nothing happens.
Yeah, I wish I could, but I can't carry it. Even if I crush it 230, I don't think I've ever carried 230 in my life. So I would take it, but then I don't want to swing out of my shoes and go out. Like if it was 215, I would say yeah all day. I freaking went over anyways. Oh no way.
Yeah, his first reaction.
Fine there. I think you're just short of the bunker.
I'm short of it. I'm not even.
But I think it's fine.
I wasn't even trying to go there. It was actually a good drive, but wow. Hi.
What's up, Sammy?
Environment to lifestyle.
Phenomenal skill. We had known about Fedorov and Negromi and Bure, but someone was getting these guys to pocket. It was Zuby.
Usually when I start unraveling like that and I spiral out, I go red. Because there's always a thought in my mind that I haven't, I'm not red yet, it's not that bad. I'm not red yet, it's not that bad. God damn it, now I'm red. Alright, it's not that bad, I can make it back. Oh, now I'm red even more. It's okay, I'll make it back. And then, I dig a deeper and deeper hole. Sometimes I make it back, sometimes I break even, sometimes the loss is not that bad, but the key part here is that I gotta stop doing that because it's not consistent behavior. It's erratic, it's all over the place, it's chaotic, it's not fun, and hopefully this week is my turnaround week. Maybe that's what we're witnessing here, folks. 9 months of live streaming might be finally paying off. And I'm also aware that I'm feeling confident. I put my mental mindset gauge this morning at 9. So I'm feeling pretty damn good, and I know right off the bat that's kind of a warning signal. You're feeling good, you're feeling confident, you're making progress. Watch out, because it always turns around on you. So even today, last night, as I was kind of reviewing my week, I told myself, you know what, tomorrow, make sure you don't force anything. Make sure you don't gamble. Make sure you follow the process. Make sure you stay focused. Make sure you don't get impulsive. And pay attention to that feeling. Because that feeling, and I wish I had a better explanation, but it's a mix of like anxiety, stress, stuff like that. Oh, what's going on? Aaron, Jesus, we're starting off strong. Thank you. I'm already up $5, folks. Thank you. Appreciate that very much. Is Candyman reaching the aha moment? I hope so. Did he lose again after he got off? I did not, Gamer Trader. I did not. I stayed disciplined. I added to my gains, in fact. Actually, I'm not even sure what I did yesterday. I have a short-term memory. So, I ended the stream yesterday morning. I was up $14.28. I took a closet trade. I think right after I closed the stream, I took one more trade. I got up to $17, so 12% on the day. Oh, that's right. I was up 16. I gave back a little bit. I got back in. I went back to over 17, so I was up 12%. At 11:18 in the morning, I sat down. I was just coming up to my desk. I had a couple of minutes. I looked around. I saw nothing. Took note of it. And then later on, I took a couple more trades. I went to $16, $17, $19, $24, and ended the day with $29.35 at 4:20. Oh yeah, I went live actually. I went live with NKI. And I wanted to go live before I took it, but I took the trade and then I went live because it was right at 3:30. So ended up the day 21% yesterday. I'm on fire, folks. I'm on fire. I just gotta, not get carried away and stay cool, calm, and collected, and keep doing what I know works, and make sure that I keep real close attention to that feeling. It's a feeling of
You're running around the ice, skating around the ice with the Stanley Cup.
I don't know what it is. What I feel like it is, it's 8 years of showing up every day, watching the screens. So a lot of screen time. Although I do this part-time, I spend at least 3 to 4 hours every single day since 2018 watching the screens. So I have some idea of how stocks can move. And sometimes I feel that that's exactly what's happening, right? We're looking at technical stuff. We're trying to figure out where to get in, where to get out. And I keep saying that for me, I'm looking at everything as an indicator. I'm looking at the price action. I'm looking at the indicators, the MACD, the volume, the 9, the 20, the 200, and the VWAP. They all kind of count as indicators, and I use none of them as a signal. Like I don't watch all these, and then when the 9 crosses over or this or that, I'm never very precise like that. It's always kind of I kind of hate to say it because a lot of people say you shouldn't do that, but it's a gut feeling thing. And I think it's more than a gut feeling thing. I think it's the combination of years of experience, watching the screens, and the screens kind of tell me what's going on. And when I'm really kind of tuned in, it just works to perfection. And that's what's been happening this week. It's almost like a couple of years back, I was making some progress, and this is exactly how it felt at the time. It felt like I get nervous, I get a little bit of FOMO, but it's just the right amount of FOMO to, keep me on my toes. It's not the kind of FOMO where I get that feeling, which I don't know how to describe, but sometimes I get FOMO, but it's a different type of FOMO. It's a FOMO of, it's like pure FOMO. There's no logic behind it. It's just purely emotions. And other times, it's like FOMO, but there's real logic behind it. It's like, you better take this, otherwise you're going to miss out.
This hall, this place that recognizes the accomplishments of these hockey players.
And I got to avoid the pure FOMO trades. And when I'm feeling like that, I did it yesterday at one point. I felt like that feeling, I can't explain it. It's it's the wrong kind of FOMO. And I just told myself, put the brakes on, hang on, don't do anything. And I didn't do anything. That's pretty rare. I usually just I give in. I have that weak discipline. And now I'm fully aware of that. So I gotta just, pay attention to it. Make sure I don't give in to it. And I should be fine. I should be fine. Kevin, I started off with my hotkeys set up. 5,000 shares, now my keys are 10 shares with 100 on special deal at that. Play now. Good afternoon, Kevin. Your life slows down. You fall a step up. Introducing Fiber Home Internet from T-Mobile with the bandwidth you need. Good morning, Kelwax. So Invictus, good morning. With Fiber, you'll be a step ahead. Yep, 164 and change. 164 and 55 cents. Confluence of signals. That's a good way to explain it. $55 a month. 5-year price guarantee.
For over 75 years, the Hockey Hall of Fame has honored hockey's greatest players for their extraordinary
Raya, you're getting a little pop. If Raya can get back over 70 cents, I was looking at it last night, and I kept thinking if it breaks 70 cents, it might go. It never really did. It popped over it, but never really broke. I think that's the one, actually. I said, put the brakes on. Put the brakes on.
Continue that celebration of greatness. by sharing the stories of every
You know, because I've been thinking since I've been streaming, a lot of people want to learn about trading SQFT. Getting a little popular.
These are men and women whose skill and passion for the game
SQFT.
propel them to the highest echelons of the sport. These are the legends of
I don't see news on it. I don't know why it's moving. It's got a really, really small float. It's got 5.26 million shares of volume, which is good. It's actually looking interesting. SQFT. But it's a REIT, right? Real estate. Real estate REIT. I don't know if that's the kind of stuff I want to trade. And there's no news on it. So today I might have to, I will be extremely selective. Looks like we're getting a breakout here. So it's very tempting. I want to participate, of course. I want to get green. I want trades. But I gotta be big.
Breaking 378 and 379.
It's a REIT in real estate. I have to pass. It might go. I mean, anything is possible, right? It's the stock market. And that's the thing also that sometimes I get terrified of is I don't want to mislead anyone. And I don't want people to think that I know what I'm doing, you know? So please know that I am 8 years into trading. I'm still red. I don't really know what I'm doing. And please don't try to mirror my trades or do, you know, what I'm suggesting or maybe suggesting, or because you're very likely to, you know, do it wrong. So with that said, you know, this is for entertainment purposes only. So don't take anything I say as real, as advice, as a suggestion, or even as a thought of mine. I'm just blabbing away here, folks. All right. So with that said,
zip it, bro.
Watching SQFT, I mean, anything's possible. I'd be looking maybe at 450. Since we kind of tapped there this morning, but I'm concerned because there's no news on this. So I'm personally going to pass on it, but I'm fully aware that we might get a technical breakout. It's kind of shaping up that way right now. Volume is strong. We're seeing increasing green volume bars. Typically, I would start hitting, I would start to get in here. So I'm just going to mark it. I'm not getting in though because we're missing news, and today I don't want to take something that I'm missing an element, and the reason is because I told myself so many times last night, just follow the strategy to a T, and you'll be fine. I've been doing that this week, and I've been green every day, so why doubt the strategy today, right? I'm also very aware that when I start to get green like this, when I'm making actual progress, that switch I was talking about tends to get tripped, like even maybe more easily. We'll see. I mean, I feel like this week I've built some kind of resistance to that switch, but I know that I'm fragile. So, and right now, like if I would have taken a trade here, I don't know if I would have sold on that drop. Maybe I would have panic sold. Maybe I would have taken a small loss. For sure, I wouldn't be green at the moment. So, and I'm also gonna try not to overthink this one, because what I tend to do sometimes is if I watch something that I want to trade, but I'm resisting it based on rules and based on my gut feeling, I might talk myself into it. So, just be careful, Mark. You got this. You got this. It's just a matter of staying focused and not chasing stuff that looks really tempting. Because you're thinking right now it's probably going to retest the 450. Or close to it.
I woke up too early.
Should get in there to just, make a nice 10, 15 cents.
I woke up way too early.
Why would it go up? Because it's moving, dude. Look at it. It's got volume. Volume is coming in. MACD is open.
It's gonna be a fucking random day.
But you're missing news. I know it's missing news, but sometimes, it's a technical breakout, and you just gotta follow the flow. You have 4 on the left.
I was playing with Stefan Richer.
As a matter of fact, I think I've noticed that Mr. Cameron, when there's stuff moving that he doesn't want to trade, he does not spend much time talking about it or considering it. And I think that might have to do with it, that he doesn't want to awaken the FOMO. Let's read the chat. I traded better than my guru yesterday. I often do better than Ross. Days where he doesn't take trades or that he's red, I typically do better. I think the FOMO emotion you're having parallels when your wife told you her water broke and it was time to have your baby. That's funny. Good morning, good morning. Thanks for a nice stuff on this gift. You're quite welcome, Fjord. Glad you took it. It looks bullish. I mean, I want to participate. I'm just missing news, and I feel like I just gotta be patient. Maybe also because I just sat down and I don't know. And I told myself last night that if I'm too terrified to trade today, it's fine. It's not a problem. Just don't get red. Because you'll feel really bad if you get red. If you don't have any trades, you'll feel much better than being red. Even if you miss out on a couple of moves. I'm starting to, have better reactions when I miss out. Because when I miss out on moves, it basically feels like I took a loss. Like, that's how emotional I get about it. So, I just gotta start, sometimes you don't catch them. Sometimes you get a nice big mover, and it just doesn't fit the strategy. So, you gotta have the, presence of mind to just put the brakes on, stand back, look at it, watch from the sidelines, take notes. So breaking, in my mind right now, I'm thinking, how can this not touch $4? It's got enough volume, it's pushing. We got 4 on the left. We tapped 450 this morning. Sounds like there's a raccoon fight outside. Good morning. I've been studying the world of trading for the past 4 years. Haven't imagined it was so difficult. Amen to that, sir. But what I like most is the challenge of understanding a world where 90% of people fail. Good morning, Leo. I'm not sure if you're new here, but if you are, I would say, I always say this, and it's a firm belief that I have, that the 90% of people who can't make this work, there's only one reason for 99% of that 90% that lose money.
I wish.
and it's because they don't address their discipline and emotional issues. It's psychology, in my opinion. And I think people just don't address it. They kind of, sweep it under the rug, don't really want to talk about it. It was like that for me for the first 5 years. And, then I went to paper trading, went back to cash, and finally understood that my emotions and my lack of discipline was the real culprit of why this wasn't working. Because the strategy worked. I made it work so many times. But I always gave in to FOMO. My emotions completely destroyed any kind of progress I was making. And it took me a long time to, finally accept and realize that that's the problem. And for the past 9 months, I've been trying to address it. Kind of clumsy in a way. Clumsily, can you say that? In a clumsy way. Not slow progress is what I'm trying to say. It's been slow progress, but it is progress. The P&L, it doesn't really reflect the progress I feel I'm making, but I know that will come with time. First of all, you got to fix the mindset. Make sure that you're disciplined and focused, and you understand the kind of situations you put yourself into on a daily basis. And when you start understanding that stuff really well, you can then, start focusing on the strategy. And for April, for me, I'm just trying to focus on the process itself. I know the strategy works if I stay disciplined and I don't get emotional. So it's been my only focus this week. It's been paying off, this might be my fifth green day in a row. And I think it did that last September at some point.
Here's my freaking...
I think I had a green week, but not 100% sure. It might have been a green week, and then Friday, I flushed it all away. So we're trying not to flush away this week's gains. And we're just going to be patient. The market is, I feel it's kind of warming up because, I've been getting tremendously, wonderfully, good days. And there's a lot of trades. Had 15 trades, I think, on Tuesday. I'm up to, I think it's 79 trades since Tuesday. Oh, actually, I think I have my stats here. Since things are kind of quiet, I'm just going to take a quick peek. SQFT breaking that 4. There it is. So I should have trusted my trader intuition on this, because how can it not break 4? And now we're going to try and test 450. And I'm not touching it because I can't trust it. If it was any other day, maybe I would. But following 4 days of green, I almost had a perfect day on the Wednesday. I had all green trades all the way up to after hours when I took a 13-cent loss. That was my only red trade of the day. And I had to make that 13 cents back. So I lost 90% of my gains because I was trying to make back 13 cents. It's embarrassing, but it is, it is what it is. So, all right, 414 now here on 409. It's looking good. We're picking up volume. Just going to be careful. So 7 o'clock, cool, calm, collected. I still feel like a 9. I like that I'm resisting a temptation here on SQFT. This thing seems to have room to 432. If it can break 432, we have the 450 from this morning, and actually it's at a spike at 473. So 473 is kind of close to 480. If it can break 480, we might have 5 in play. And we have room basically to 6. 200 moving average is, where is that? It's below here. It's at 415. So maybe that's your resistance there at 420-ish. That would be right at the 200 moving average. So my opinion on the 200 moving average is it acts as a massive resistance until it breaks. And when it breaks, it's showing tremendous strength. So sometimes you get a nice big pop over that. So if it can break the 414 level, or let's say 420 here, and hold that, you might get to 480. It might pop to 5. And it might keep going. It might go to 10, 20, 30, 50. It's the stock market, folks. Anything can happen. And I approach each and every ticker like that. I don't trust any of them. I was saying last night, I approach basically, when you trade low float momentum stocks, you're basically trading, I would say, maybe 80 to 90% of the stocks we trade here in the morning are pure garbage. They're not anything you'd want to invest in. And I approach 100% of the tickers in the morning as such. I can't start thinking, maybe this is a solid company. Maybe this is going to keep going up eventually. I can't think like that. I got to approach each and every ticker as though it is toxic, dangerous, and very likely to take my money away. And if I approach it like that, I know I got to go in for quick scalps. I want to be in for the move.
Oh my goodness, shut the fuck up. Now you fucking switch, you loud mouth.
Yesterday, and I halted a couple of times. I almost chased it at the end of the day, but it felt too dangerous that one, so I stayed away. So today could be possibly, maybe, a continuation day. And if that's the case, for me, it needs to break 13. In fact, I said that last night as well. As we were watching the markets after hours,
Does not need to break 13. It needs to break fucking 1073 realistically.
It needs to break that level here. And until it does, to me, we're on the backside of the move. I have no interest. And even if we make it to 12, I'll have to use extreme caution because I prefer trading stocks between $3 and $10. When we get above $10, it's a little bit like when we get to $2. It's starting to get a little. The risk factor goes up, I feel. So here and then, so LRHC. So now I'm starting to see maybe some kind of pattern. Because what was the other one we just looked at?
SQFT.
SQFT is a real estate REIT, and these guys are also in real estate. La Rosa Holding, U.S. company. So maybe there's a sector-wide catalyst that I don't quite get. Maybe I didn't see something about real estate being hot this morning. We'll keep it on watch. I'm kind of curious. Same thing with SQFT. We'll keep it on watch. Because see, this is how it goes. When you're watching the market in the morning, you're coming in. and fresh. You don't really get a sense of what's going on. And all of a sudden, you're starting to see tickers, and maybe they're all in the same sector. Right now, we got 2 tickers in real estate that are making moves. I could do some research and see something up with real estate, but this morning I don't feel like doing that. This morning I don't want to chase anything. I don't want to force any trade. I'm looking for the easy ones. I'm looking for the easy, super obvious. Might not be obvious to you folks, but as long as it's obvious to me, that's what I'm looking for. So yeah, sometimes we get a sector-wide catalyst, and maybe real estate is hot this morning, and anything that pops up with news, actually that might be something we look for. If we see something else popping up, and it's got news, and it's in the real estate sector, I would assume that it's hot. I would probably just want to jump in really quick.
This guy, dude, he's lucky he's only trading with like small shares.
This one, the float is mega tiny. We're talking 123,000 shares. Ross could buy the whole float on this. Actually, let's bring the great Ross Cameron up here. He should be live, right? It's past 7. There's the great Ross Cameron. Red toque, plaid shirt, looking at screens. He's looking at BBGI at the moment. All right, let's put him to the side. And FYI, I do not listen or take recommendations from the great Ross Cameron whatsoever. I got my own plan. I'm trying to be him. I do it my way, but I don't need someone to hold my hand as I'm taking trades. That's also a very crucial step in trading. When you start to do it by yourself, I think you really, really need to focus on developing those skills that eventually will be just suited to you. Because I feel like I trade basically the same kind of way that Mr. Cameron does, but my selection criteria are just a little different. Not much, but just enough. IQST. All right. So we got, this is LRHC. LRHC is giving me a vibe of popping here. It's under $1. We're in the red zone. I love the float. We're missing news. We're missing news. It looks explosively bullish, but we're kind of missing an element. Leave it there for now, Mark. Don't talk yourself into it. There's IQST. That's on Ross's 5 pillars alert. Not sure if Ross is watching it, but IQST 5 million float. Again, we're missing news. IQST clearly getting a pop though. So maybe there's a theme this morning. Stocks that are moving don't have news. We have a recent split. 200 moving average is at 5. 250 should be easy. Yeah, we got the 250. So $3 is next. We have is that a double split? So what? We have a split here. So we have room maybe to 350 to 4. IQST moving quickly on a 5 million float. We're missing news though. We need I prefer some kind of catalyst. These guys are in telecommunications. put it on watch, because sometimes, you know, you get the morning poppers, and sometimes I feel like when stocks don't have news and they're doing, you know, these pops, it might be, you know, they're just kind of waking up. People are feeling them out, and later in the day, those are the ones that develop. So let's say, for instance, IQST, you know, starts to make new highs over 280 at some point today. It might be in play. Right now, we're clearly getting a rejection. Well, nasty rejection on IQST. You know, and then I could say something like, see, if you just follow my strategy, this one didn't have news, and that's why it's rejecting. People go, oh, wow, that's why. Who knows? Maybe it's just shorts attacking it. Maybe it'll come back up to 280 and break out. But right now, right in this moment, not wise to take a trade on it. I would wait for on something like that, as it sits right now, I'd put an alert at 260. If it crosses back over 260, I'd pay close attention and try to figure out, you know, do I see enough bullish signals to break that 280? And if I think we're going to break 280, I'd look for a level, and I kind of see 3 as a clear level. So if we start breaking back up, my mind's going to say, how can it not go to 3? And then I'll act accordingly. But for now, it's a hard pass. AIXI breaking out here from the previous highs. AIXI, but with under $2.